Nice to see you all. We will never be in a room this small again. So, you all seen our logo, Share, Trust, and Prosper. What we're going to try to do is build teamwork. We're going to build an organization that's stronger than any other group out there. We're going to figure out a new name for a buying group, too, because I don't think buying group really suits what we're doing. It all starts from your goals, and this is really what our foundation is. And what's the number one thing that really this and this are really the cornerstones of the building of our foundation. And what you all exist on and what makes you better is delivering more profits. And so the number one goal of our group is to deliver profits to our members. Now, you have to keep in mind that our group is a little different than others. Our members are not only you all, but our members are the vendors also. So unlike other groups where they're the adversary and basically we're the vultures trying to pick their bones, they're our friends. We're on the same team. We're all in this together. If we're going to prosper, we have to make sure that our vendors make profit too. So business without profit is not a business any more than a pickle is candy.
You know, I'm very interested in sharing ideas and sharing what we think we're good at and listening to what you guys are better than me at.
And I've known Richard long enough to know that the least painful route for me is just join.
I'm just as excited to learn about the vendors. I think that's one of the things that I've been going back and forth with Richard about is they know a lot more about us than we do about them. And I think it's very important to have those partnerships go both ways so that we can all understand how to make the entire industry grow and prosper, not just one part of it. So
I guess I'll say over the past 9 years we've developed a quaint audio-video company on the northern suburbs of Chicago, and I'm ready for it to be a little less quaint and a little more profitable.
The main purpose here is for those of you who haven't heard of digital projection to kind of give you that 30,000-foot view and give you a little bit of exposure of who we are, what we do, and what we bring to the table.
We're in business to design a product that can deliver an audio path or a video path the way that the director or the artist intended, untouched. What am I going to do?
We can have it for you in 24 to 36 hours.
How synthesis was born. So we use a lot of the same technologies that Pro uses.
We've never broken a dog. This isn't made out of ABS. This is the strongest resin we could find.
Everybody here pretty much runs down to the Apple store, picks up an Apple TV at $99 and an iPad, and they turn around and sell it to their customer at around the same price. They all know what the pricing is, so how do we make this profitable?
The other is using metrics and analytics and business intelligence tools. I'm a spreadsheet geek. Been doing it for a lot of years. I do a lot of financial models, stuff like that. And I believe that I cannot make decisions about my company without metrics and analytics. I don't really believe that you can shoot from the hip anymore. A number of people said the industry is changing very quickly. Well, how can you make those changes if you don't have metrics and analytics about your business? You have to have some intelligence about what's going on in your business.
I think that you're one of the very few disciplines in construction that bridges the gap between the design team and the construction team. So I will tell you that if you can find a way to elevate your company and become an entrenched member of the design team, not only are you in projects earlier, but it's really, really, really hard to get your company off of those projects.
Marketing is really, if you boil it all down, it's the study of consumer.
Where our founders were out of North Carolina. Business was really hard, and all the new construction that everybody relied on for years had really dried up.
So with Azione, you'll see in a moment with the program,
I'll happily share all that information with you, and I think if you look at a lot of the vendors, they'd be delighted to have that level of conversation with you.
I think the biggest thing is our industry seems to be so secretive at times for competitive reasons between companies, so I feel a really good trust level here, and I made a lot of notes, like many of you, will apply some of those to my business and process, and know that I can pick up the phone now or send an email and have you know, some credible people to talk to and bounce ideas off. And I think the other big thing is I thought I was alone in some scenarios, and hey, I'm not the only idiot doing this. So.
From a buying group prior, I'm just real happy to see this group, like Rocky was saying, everyone kind of left their ego at the door. You know, it's easy to get into that mindset of a big dick contest when we come to these things. And I'm glad to see that most of us, I could be the first one to show you how to lose money on a $500,000 system. You know, so just because of certain, we have guys doing smaller systems and bigger systems, and it's really irrelevant because we're all focused on the same general business model. There's not a lot of retail here, which is refreshing, and it's really about, you know, service, people, money. And, you know, I will say one thing though, in the past, in 15 years of being in a buying group, you know, you only get as much out of it as you put into it. And so when you get these roundtables and you participate, it's vital that you do that, because that's where the trust is gained from the others, and that's where the information is shared. And if we're not doing that as a group or individuals, you're not going to get as much out of it in the long term. So, but this inaugural one was great, Richard. Thank you. It was awesome.
We were HGS members up until then, and the dollars and cents were kind of 50-50. Stay with HGS or come to Azione, but the reason I made the change, I think I said earlier, was I was looking to develop a brain trust of people that I could turn to and work through problems with, and it's a smash, 100% smash. It's just the perfect fit. I'm psyched.
The biggest takeaway I had was that if I leave my company for about 6 to 9 months and let Brian run it and the other key people, that I can come back and get $1 million check.
Yeah.
So I'm going to work on that. But I have a ridiculous amount of action items. I'm looking at my list. It's probably about 30. I think I have about another 12 on my iPad. So my biggest challenge is going to be to try to implement some of these million things I learned from you guys and from everybody who spoke, which, you know, there's all these brilliant things that some are going to be really easy to implement, some are going to be really difficult, but I'm going to have fun trying. Thanks, Richard.